Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my first Halloween tutorial of the season. For this video, I wanted to do a very instructional how-to step-by-step tutorial on how to create a skull because skulls are kind of just my thing, and I've done some very in-depth ones that are very like raw, so much that goes into it, but I haven't done anything super simplified. And even though this looks like it's got a lot going on, it still is pretty simple, and you can even make it a little bit more simplified still. Anyways, I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. Let me know all of your other Halloween requests down below in the comments, and that is it. Please subscribe and let's get started. All right, so to start off this skull, I want to do a blackout smoky eye. If you want a full tutorial on how to do this, let me know. I can do that this season so that if you end up wanting to do just any sort of blackout smoky eye for anything, not just a skull, let me know. I can do that and have it up for you before Halloween. I'm gonna go into this palette right here. This is a custom palette that I created with different shadows from different brands that I just popped into an empty palette. This has MAC, Makeup Geek, and Anastasia, and I think that's it. All right, so the first shade I'm gonna go into is this one from Makeup Geek. It's called Latte, and I'm first going to put this into the crease. Anytime you do like a blackout smoky eye, you do want to have some sort of neutral color in the crease. It could be a cool tone color, but any sort of color that's not black, you want to go into the crease. Okay, so now I want this to be a little bit more cooler. I'm gonna go into Barcelona Beach. This is also an eyeshadow from Makeup Geek, and I'm gonna bring that a little bit more focused into the crease. And as you can see, this is kind of making it a little bit more gray, a little bit more cool toned. And then at any point, if you feel like you need to, you can go back into that previous brush with whatever's left on it, or you can go into that first initial shade and just kind of blend that out, and it kind of helps it to look a little bit more seamless. As you can see, we're working light to dark, and that tends to create dimension in the eye, and it's easier to blend. I have an entire video on how to apply eyeshadow, so if this is a little confusing, check this out right up here. I go over so many tips and tricks on how to apply eyeshadow, and if I end up doing the blackout smoky eye, I will also link that down below. But I'm gonna grab the color Smoke. This is from Anastasia, so I'm gonna bring this right into the socket of the eye, and I'm coming from above and pointing this almost downwards instead of coming up this way. That way the point is exactly where we want the color to be. I'm gonna grab this eyeliner from Ardency In. It's the black, come on, black Monster liner, and I'm gonna put this all over the lid. I'm gonna focus really close in at the lashes and then smudge it onto the lid, and then before it dries, I'm gonna go in and smudge it out. Now I'm gonna go into a pitch black eyeshadow. This is the color Blackout from the Naked 2 palette. You don't have to get the Naked 2 palette. You could just get that eyeshadow singly, or whatever black shadow that you have. I'm gonna take an angled brush and go into that crease before I put this all over the lid. And this is going to help to transition the liner with the crease. And so now that I've got that into the crease, I'm going to lightly flick it up like this. The deepest shade that we used, I'm going to pop that into the crease and help blend out that black. So now I'm going to take that deepest black shade and put it on a fluffy brush, but put it on the flat side, and I'm just going to push that in to the lid. Anytime I use matte colors all over the lid, I tend to like them applied better with a fluffier brush. I just think they look a little bit better that way. And as you can see, this is just making it pitch black. And then I'm gonna go back in and just blend it a little bit more to ensure that it's super seamless. Okay, so now on the bottom lash line, I'm gonna take Latte and bring that on the lower lashes. This is basically just going to mirror what we did on the top. I'm grabbing a little bit of Barcelona Beach and adding it under here as well. And now very tightly and closely to the lashes, I'm going to grab the blackout shade from Urban Decay and put it right there super tightly. And now with my pencil brush, I'm going to pick up that Smoke shade and go right at the lashes as well, and this will help blend out the black. And make sure it connects here into that outer corner. And now I'm gonna grab that black eyeliner and I'm gonna put it into the waterline and smudge it into the lashes so that we don't have any skin peeking through. Okay, so now we can move on to the skull portion of this look. I'm gonna apply the lashes last and everything. But I want to show you where I got some inspiration for this look. I love the new look that Crispy came out with this year. I think it's so cool, and this is kind of what I had in my mind for the last like month month is that I wanted to do something that was very, just almost like effortless and still glam and girly. So I love that. And I also had this in my mind is wearing just a regular lipstick with your skull, because when you're out and about at a party or something and you're drinking, if you have like a full teeth thing, whatever, it's gonna get all messed up. So if you just have on a long wearing lipstick, then you're good to go. So I'm gonna start off with the eyes, and I'm gonna feel where my bone structure is, and that's the easiest way to do a skull, is you want to feel where your bone is under here, because that's where you want to do it at. So my bone is here. I'm going to sketch the lines here and over here. And here. So I'm just kind of sketching out where those are. I'm just using whatever's left over on this brush. I'm going to use this warm taupe shade from Anastasia, and I'm going to use that on a flat brush. This is an Anastasia A27. I'm going to use that right against where we put that line and just kind of blend it inwards. You could just make this all black and blend it out, but sometimes you can get a little overboard with that, and it can kind of tend to take away from the pretty aspect of the look. I'm just touching this exactly where we put that line and then blending it inwards. And using a flat brush is easiest because it's going to kind of blend it exactly how you need it and be harsh exactly where you need it. And now I'm just going to go in and deepen this up using the same colors that we used on the eyes. And then I'm just grabbing some lighter powder, and I'm just going around the edges just to clean it up a little bit. You can use any kind of concealer if you wanted, but I didn't want it to be that harsh. So I'm just going through and just correcting this a little bit. Okay, so now that I've got both of the eyes looking like this, I'm going to go into the Kryolan Aqua Color paint, and this is in a black shade. You can use anything that you have at home. It does not have to be this specifically. You can use eyeliner, you can use any sort of like Halloween store makeup, anything like that. I like this just because I have it, and it is longer wearing and it dries completely matte, doesn't move. It's just awesome. So now I'm going to darken up these outer edges. And now I'm just going in with a brush that's got whatever colors left on it, and I'm just kind of buffing this in a little bit. So now I'm going to move on to the nose. What I'm going to do is use that same aqua color paint that I was using on the eyes, and I'm going to use it for the nose. I find that whenever I do a skull nose, it looks better if I don't go all the way over here to like my nostril, because then it looks really wide. So I actually kind of start it a little in more, and then I create the shape. Start here and slowly kind of drag it up the side of the nose and curve it up kind of like that. The little curvy curve, and then connect it up. And now I can go in with the aqua color paint and fill that in. Okay, now one thing to think about when you are doing a skull nose is if you look to the side and your nose actually shows the inside of your nose like mine does, you want to act like that as part of your nose. So I'm taking some paint, I'm actually filling inside this part of the nose. Oh yeah, definitely gonna tickle, but at least now from the side it looks black, where over here you can see inside my nose. I'm gonna grab my Night Moth lip pencil from MAC. I'm just going to line my lips and fill them in just a little bit. And then in the middle of them, I'm actually gonna go in with a red. This is the Cream Stain from Makeup Geek in the color Flamenco. So I'm just gonna put this all over the lips. So now what I'm going to do is work on the cheek area. I'm not going to do anything too crazy because I feel like this whole section is where it tends to be very tedious and very time consuming and just kind of frustrating because it's just very intricate. I'm going to go into that warm taupe eyeshadow that we used on the eyes here maybe. So I'm going to have this kind of come in like this. Kind of like an S. And if you just feel your bones, it's way easier. With the shadow, I'm gonna go straight right here and then connect it over here. Kind of like an L. So we have an S and then we have an L. So now with the same angled brush, I'm just gonna use that same shadow and I'm gonna start blending this downwards. You want a very harsh line here. And don't use my video as much as you can use your own bone structure. That's going to look the most flattering on your own face. So Don't just watch mine and do exactly what I do. Feel your face and your bone structure under the skin, and that's what you want to follow. And now I'm just taking a fluffy brush with that bandwagon shade from Makeup Geek, and I'm just moving all of that shadow down and fading it downwards. You want most of the pigment to be up by that line, and then just fade it down into the rest of the cheek. And I'm also going to do the same thing right on that jawline, and I'm bringing it down, not up, but down. So now I'm just grabbing my regular contour powder, and I'm going to bring this along the jawline to help blend this out, and then bring it down like this and kind of create this shadow here. Pretty quick and easy. That area there just stays light, and you just go right along it like this. And then, since I added some of the dark here, I want to add just a little bit more darkness up here into the cheek area. So I'm going to go into that smoke shade from Anastasia, and I'm just going to lightly get right here. And now I'm going to add just a little bit of stuff here. Just a line like that. So I'm just going in with some shadow here just to make that little indent right here. I'm gonna go into this color from Anastasia called Blanc or Blank. I'm gonna use it on a flat brush here and just apply it right here on the areas where I really want them to pop out. So right here on the cheekbone, like bam, right there, because that area needs to really pop. Right here along the edge of this, and also right in the center of the head. So I just applied my lashes off camera because my card was full, so now we're back. I'm just going to deepen up some of these areas with this darker color here in a flat brush, just because I was looking at some of the footage on my camera and it wasn't as dark as I wanted. Alright you guys, this is the completed look. I hope that you liked this video and found it somewhat helpful, and I hope that I could break this down a little bit so that it's not as intimidating to do a skull. And obviously with what I did today, you could even make this even more simplified. You don't have to do all of these steps, but hopefully my guidelines were helpful. And if you end up recreating this or your own version of this, please tag me on Instagram and Twitter and send me a snap on Snapchat. I would love to see your looks, and all my social media links will be down below if you want to check those out. And make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss out on any more Halloween videos and fall tutorials that I have coming soon. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.